Good evening, race fans. This is Jack and Alan bringing you Core GT Round 9, Season 12. We are here in
Hello.
Indianapolis and looking forward to another great race tonight as join you in the start of qualifying here.
That's right. We got a huge showdown here at Indianapolis between Ricky Renner and Mason Smith. Let's see who can take home the win tonight for the chance at the shot at the championship, as our next race is the last race of the season. So this is really, I think, going to tighten the grip on making or breaking that championship win for one of these drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting pretty close on points here. Let's see if we can bring that up for you guys. Our points battle is getting closer and closer. We have noticed some different changes since the last time you have seen this graphic. Of course, Ricky Renner, after the win last night, getting a 9-point gap on Mason Smith, with Clayton Montgomery in third place, still 40 points behind Ricky Renner. In your gold division, we have Evan Dies, Herbert Pineda, and Thomas Bresci. Herbert Pineda only 6 points behind, so it is still right up for grabs for that gold division win. Silver division, we have Morgan Smith with Josh Betts and Josh Anderson, both 5 points behind. So it's a very close race. We're going to keep a close eye on the silver division here tonight. And your bronze division, Bill Burrell, James Molyneux, Aaron Reed. I've gotten some information here tonight that Bill Burrell will not be here for this race or next race. So James Molyneux is going to have some nice points to be gathered up. He just has to keep Aaron Reed behind, or else it's going to be a nice battle. So, of course, points still looking fantastic. We're going to have a great show on our hands tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And as long as I believe Bill shows up at the last race is double points. So, depending, it's really going to depend on how well James Molyneux does tonight as to whether or not him and Burrell are going to, battle it out at the last race with those double points.
Yep, absolutely. Oops. I was trying to figure out our little mini core right there. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, we're going to be really close on the end on that double points race. Like you said, Alan, we're going to be really close. And you want to remind ladies and gentlemen what we are racing for our final race?
Yeah, are you talking about for the track? For the track,
Yep.
we're going to, I believe it's Motegi.
I think it is Motegi. And
Yeah.
yeah, fantastic 2-hour endurance race for you guys right there. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And we'll take the points down, and we'll bring up your timing tower for tonight as we get qualifying close to wrapped up here.
Yeah, Motegi's going to be an interesting race as well, as we're going to have some rain there. So 25% chance, and that's really going to mix it up for these drivers.
Yep, as we've had a few rain races already this season, so they should be pretty warmed up and ready to go for the rain race. We're confident in what these drivers can do. Of course, little mistakes here and there, but I feel like that just comes with the whole rain racing aspect.
Who do you think's going to win tonight? You think it's going to be Mason, or you think it's going to be Ricky?
Well,
Jack?
given that Ricky and Mason are only 23 thousandths to each other, it could be anyone's race. I see we're going a pretty different strategy on car selection. Ricky Renner choosing the Porsche, cutting the curb a little bit there in that chicane, and Mason Smith, of course, taking that Mustang. So we're getting two opposite feels of car for tonight. One a little bit more bulky, a little bit more horsepower. One a little bit better in the rotation in the corners. And given IMS and how slippery it can be and some of these corners here, I think the Porsche might be the move. Now, of course, these drivers love to prove us wrong, so
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to see the showdown
What do
here
you what do
tonight.
you Yeah, what do you think about Mason Smith taking the Mustang? That's a little uncharacteristic for him, isn't it?
It is, we usually see him in the Mercedes or sometimes a McLaren if it feels right, or Ferrari. So a Mustang is kind of a new car for him this season.
Yeah.
But I think it could go well with this long straight right here, and you get on some of the oval. I think that could play a big part in how this track rolls. But looking like
Yeah, absolutely.
Ricky Renner.
Look at Josh Betts up there as well. Currently in gonna be starting in P7 as you're currently in the silver division. He is right behind Morgan Smith with 5 points, as well as Josh Anderson 5 points behind Morgan Smith. So that
Yep.
is going to be interesting. So it
Yep. Absolutely.
looks like we're done with qualifying, I believe.
Yeah, I think we have almost
We're ready for the lineup.
a minute left. Yeah,
Oh, a
I'm just
minute left.
waiting
Okay.
for my results tab to pull up here, but I think this is about what you're going to expect for your lineup tonight. It is a little bit smaller of a field of cars. I think we are only looking at 24 cars on track, but nonetheless, it should make it for an exciting race. I know coming down to turn one at IMS can be a little tricky with that sharper than expected right-hander as your first turn.
Yeah, those cold tires always seem to get somebody, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
That new tire model is obviously the first season for the new tire model. So
Yep, those are full season, but I think these drivers are getting the hang of it, and really looking forward to how they can handle that style of driving. So we will pull up your official qualifying results. Hopefully SDK works with me here. So don't worry about the Hockenheim round 8. We are round 9 at IMS, of course. We got Ricky Renner on your pole with Mason Smith only 22 thousandths behind. He is looking very, very close to Ricky, so we're going to try and keep a camera on them all night long. Nathan Nickerson, Nick Nickerson starting right behind them. Morgan Smith, your top silver division driver. Sixth place we got Herbert Pineda. Seventh place Josh Betts. Eighth place Evan Dyes. Ninth Yavi Sierra, and 10th place we got Josh Anderson.
all right, and in 11th place we got Michael Schwartz, 12th Justin Rhodes, 13th James Monell, 14th Alex Jaspers, 15th Eric Martin, 16th Fozzie Fazillo, 17th Ian Howard, 18th Aaron Reed, 19th Cody Chasm, 20th Nick Terrell.
And 21st we have Rick Wishton. 22nd Dane Simpson, and 23rd we have John Crane. So a nice 23 car field for us tonight. And yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what we got in store. A lot of familiar faces that have been around all season long. So feel free to type in chat who you want to win tonight and what your predictions are.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like for your gold division, currently leading Evan Dyes is going to be starting in 8th place.
Yep, absolutely.
Herbert Pineda, who's just behind him, is going to be starting in 6th place. Thomas Brezzi, who's currently in 3rd place for the gold division, is going to be starting in where are you, Thomas Brezzi?
Thomas Brezzi is
Oh, you
not
know
in
what?
tonight. Yeah, he will not be
Yeah,
here
unfortunately, Tom.
this week or next week, actually.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So,
And here they go, drivers off for their pace lap.
absolutely.
That'll give us some time to talk about our sponsor tonight. You guys all know and love them, ChaseDecals.com. Chase Decals creates, produces, and installs vinyl graphics for companies nationwide. Chase has done it all: vehicle wraps, fleet graphics, wall decals, banners, and more. Their quality's in the detail, and they can uphold the standards because they produce almost anything in-house. One of their mottos is always be improving, consistently looking for ways to improve your job skills and methods. So thank you to chasedecals.com for sponsoring this event. We appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. We appreciate them, and feel free to take a look at what they're offering and
Yep.
support the people that support the sport.
Yep. You want some snazzy graphics? Chase Decals.
Absolutely. And I will pull up. Let's get our track map going here tonight. A little funny looking map, as you have two pretty good sized straights. Of course, your front stretch at the top and the stretch that they are on right now in the midfield. This one you can get some good speed on, and definitely a passing opportunity in this section here, as they break it down for a sharp left-hander. So we're going to expect to see some passes here, I am sure.
Yeah, turn one's going to be really interesting here tonight. You think we're going to see some issues in turn one, Jack, or you think everyone's going to be pretty clean?
Well, given that, these racers are always pretty respectful of each other, I don't normally see too many issues. I think we might see a couple bumps here and there, but I don't think we'll see anyone flat out wreck someone out or miss their braking point. I think we're going to be pretty civilized coming to this spot.
Yeah, let's hope so. We'll see what happens.
Yep, absolutely.
It's gonna be quite interesting as we come down to the wire here in the season. Second to last race here in Indianapolis.
Yep, absolutely.
And here they come up into the final turn before the straight,
yep.
Which will be going green.
Pace car pulls off, and we now have all of our drivers ready to go. Ricky Renner, your pole sitter, starting on the inside. He's going to be favored coming into turn one right here. Hopefully he can have a little bit of Mustang power pushing him right behind him, because he's going to have a Mustang right on his left side. So
yep,
we are good to go.
And here we go. Green. The light is green. Here they go into turn one. It looks like Ricky Rayner gets ahead just a little bit of Mason Smith. He's got the inside, Mason Smith on the outside.
Yep. You can see the drivers behind starting to build some gaps so they do not run into each other. Leader's getting away well. Looks like a couple bumps and bangs here, but looks like we got away pretty good. Your leader, Ricky Renner, getting away very nicely. Looking like we got a little bit of a close battle right here with Nathan Nickerson and Nick Nickerson. Looking like we are all falling away very well.
Ricky Renner getting a very good start.
Yep, absolutely. James Molyneux and Justin Rhodes going side by side into this left-hander. James Molyneux going around the outside and creating some space. He's going to get that position. So very well done from James. As looks like he's getting right on the back of Yavi Sierra, and he's going to have Josh Anderson on his outside right here too. Is he going to make it 3 wide coming through the carousel right here?
Oh, he's looking.
We're getting a couple side-by-side action going through this right-hander, but looking like we are keeping it pretty clean. James Molyneux going to try and follow Yavi around the inside. Wow. Gets around Josh Anderson. Looking very good. See if Josh Anderson can hold off any more positions.
Oh, no!
Ooh, James Molyneux getting a little bit in the grass, but he keeps it together.
Yep.
He will make it work. Josh Anderson losing a couple of positions, but he's going to have that draft going down this front stretch here. Of course, this draft is going to be very mighty at this track here. So we're going to be seeing Yavi Sierra take the inside. He's going to get around Justin Rhodes right here. Nope, not quite. He's going to stick with them, take a little bit wide, and Josh Anderson gets spun around. I think that would have been by, let's see, that would have been Michael Schwartz right there. Can't tell if there's contact yet. Looks like we'll have a replay here. your bottom screen. Just a little too fast here. But
yeah, it looks like he just gets into the back of Josh there, and unfortunately it sets the rear end of Josh Anderson's car, which is going to put him in the grass.
yeah, absolutely. So we'll hopefully see him get back up there in that Chase Decals machine. And on screen we have Nick Nickerson trying to run down Nathan Nickerson on your main screen right here. Pretty tame so far. Ricky Renner getting a 1.1 second lead, which is a pretty healthy gap so far on Mason Smith. He's going to be feeling pretty good about that. And Mason Smith having a 1.5 second lead over third and fourth place right now.
Yeah, you can see there in the straightaway how much of a gap Ricky Rayner has on Mason Smith currently, but as we know from experience, that doesn't really mean anything up until they cross the finish line at the end of the race.
Yep, absolutely. So we will keep an eye on that gap as we keep going through, but right now we are focused on Nathan Nickerson and Nick Nickerson, just trying to hold each other off, maybe using a little bit of strategy to work together, save a little bit of fuel.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that, as looks like Alex Jaspers, Fozzie Fazzillo getting a little racy here. Alex Jaspers going to make a move on the inside. Is he going to have enough on the brakes? Nope, Fozzie gets a little bit deep in the brakes right there and keeps his position.
Yep.
And of course, starting a little bit further back, we have Nick Terrell. He always likes to climb a little bit through the field, making up 5 positions so far. So we'll keep an eye on him tonight as well as he tries to work his way through the field.
Yeah, Ian Howard getting right on the back of Alex Jaspers right there. Looks like Alex went a little wide in that turn before, which allowed Ian to catch up to the back of him. But Ian also has Nick Terrell. Sorry, not Nick Terrell. Alex Jaspers has Ian still right on the back of him as they push through the S's.
Yep, absolutely. This track, I know, promotes a little bit of single file driving, but there is lots of opportunity to pass if you feel pretty brave about it. Looks like we got Nick and Nathan Nickerson both battling it out through the S's here. Looks like Nick was able to get away from that and keep ahead.
Here's what happened with Eric Martin. He pushes a little bit too much and just gets him on the outside. Yeah.
It's a tough break from Cody, but he'll I'm sure he'll try and make his way through the field once more. As yeah, Nick and Nathan swapping places right here, so maybe we'll see Nick try and stretch his legs a little bit and get towards Mason.
Yeah.
Now we got Morgan Smith on the inside of Herbert Pineda. He's going to try and make a move. Herbert Pineda is getting a little antsy turning in, but Morgan holding his line on the outside. And looked like Evan Dyes want to make it a little bit 3 wide. Not quite. He's going to bide his time. Herbert Pineda still trying to fight his way back and get that position right back.
Yeah. Yeah, Herbert Pineda is currently in P2 in the division for the championship leads. In the gold division, Evan Dyes is on top of the gold division right now. So Evan Dyes obviously, I'm sure, is going to try to make a move on Herbert Pineda tonight to get that gold division win.
Yep, absolutely. It looks like Nick Terrell making a couple more places there on Dane Simpson and Ian Howard.
Man, Ricky Rayner just continuing to create a gap on Mason Smith. They're now 1.25 seconds apart, I believe.
Yep, he's stretching it a little bit, but looks like Mason's finding some time currently.
Yeah.
On Ricky. Ricky finding it back. Yeah, that Porsche working really good in the S's. I think Mason might have a little bit more power in him down the straight, but he's able to scamper away in those corners. Ooh, looks like Ian Howard getting a little bit slideways there. It's going to allow Dane Simpson to come right on through. And back that up a little bit. See what caused that. If there's any contact. Yep. Looks like Dane Simpson getting the back of Ian Howard just a little bit there. I think Dane wasn't expecting him to brake right there for that corner. And sent him off into the gravel.
That's unfortunate for Ian Howard, as it looks like he's going to be going to the pits from that.
Yep, absolutely. So hopefully we'll be able to see Ian Howard come back out from the pit lane. And in the meantime, we'll hop on with Yavi Sierra, getting right on the back stretch, trying to catch up to Justin Rhodes.
Oh, he's going on the inside. Is he going to make a move? Nope. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get too much of a draft. Oh, nearly gets into the back of him.
Yep. But looking like they're still getting there, making their moves, keeping it pretty clean.
Barry TK would like to see Nick Nickerson get the win tonight. I think we would all like to see him get the win tonight.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good change of pace to see someone on the top step of the podium, you know, instead of Ricky and Mason. Of course, we love interviewing them and picking their brain about their race, but you know, it'd be a fun change of pace to see someone else up there.
Yep. Javi Sierra trying to make a move on the inside of Justin Rhodes.
Yep,
here he goes.
He got it under braking. Justin Rhodes getting pretty good around the outside, and he's going to cover off the inside very nicely right there. Gets in the back of Justin Rhodes even. That's going to kill his momentum coming on the front stretch right here. And he's going to have.
And it looks like we also have Evan Dyes trying to make a move on Herbert Pineda on the inside. Same move that we just saw before. Wow. As they go too wide through the S's. Evan Dye still on the inside of Herbert Pineda. And here they go through the pinch. Herbert Pineda says, no way, this is my line, buddy. And makes a stick. And unfortunately that slows up Evan Dyes to allow Josh Betts to get past him as well in the straightaway. Evan Dye's still on the inside though.
Whoa, and looked like that was Herbert Pineda.
Oh no!
Oh no, that would have been Ian Howard. I'm sorry. Running similar paint schemes right there. As we just hopped on board with Evan Dyes right at that moment.
Wow, what a battle!
Hop on with Fazio Fazilla here, trying to hunt down Herbert Pineda and Nick Terrell up front. Fazio having a little bit of pace. Despite being in the bronze division, he can still challenge some of those higher level drivers. Looks like Herbert Pineda gets a little bit of a good launch off that corner. Fazio, of course, still going to have that draft, and the Mustang power is going to bring him pretty close to Herbert Pineda. I don't think it'll be close enough by the time they get to the braking zone for turn 1.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this is going to be great practice for the Indy 6 Hour that's coming up this weekend. I know some of these drivers have some teammates that they'll get together and go ahead and race that. So, of course, that'll be 6 hours of racing here with the GT3 class, LMP2 class, and GTP, the hypercar class. So, 3 classes of cars all racing together on this track. It's going to get a little chaotic, but I'm sure we're all here to see it. Looks like
yeah,
Herbert.
Nick Carell's looking to defend Herbert Pineda.
Yep, of course. Ooh, James Mono getting the back of Cody Shazam a little bit. That doesn't put Cody too much offline, but he's going to be maybe a little bit annoyed, like, hey, man, my bumper isn't just a play toy for you. You gotta go around the bumper there. Let's see him get some draft down this backstretch here. The McLaren, of course, getting a pretty good slipstream.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be enough. He's going to go deep on the brakes into turn 1 right here. He's going to send it on Cody Shazam. He's going to get the position right there.
Wow.
So very well done from him right there.
There's an unfortunate issue we had with Morgan Smith just a little while ago. It looks like he's getting into the grass. Kind of upsets the car, and that sends them into a spin to allow, I believe, 2 positions.
Yeah, of course, that's a little bit of tough luck from him, but Morgan Smith has some pace. He's going to be able to catch back up here pretty quick.
Yep.
And looks like Ricky Renner dropped down a few spots right here.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Let's see if there is anything on SDK talking about that.
I'm gonna go back and we're gonna get that.
Yeah, let's see what we can figure out. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on SDK about what happened with Ricky. Let's see.
So yeah, it looks like Ricky Renner just got the rear end a little too sideways.
Yep, absolutely.
Kind of spun out.
Yeah, I think he just got a little too anxious on the power, and Porsche momentum is just going to bring that rear end around, and
that's unfortunate.
That's what will happen. So he's going to have a little bit of work to do. Catching back up
that's going to put him in P4 currently.
Absolutely, so tough break from him. Yavi Sierra, 3/10 back from Justin Rhodes. He might be wanting to make a move here coming on the front stretch, maybe into turn 1 if he can get a good enough launch off of this corner. Which it looks like he is going to stay right on the bumper of Justin, so he is in excellent position to make a move coming into turn 1 right here.
Can he get the draft on him? Let's see. There he is, right on the back of him. He's going on the inside.
Yep, going down the inside.
Can he make it stick?
Ooh,
oh!
Cuts off Justin Rhodes there from trying to do a switchback on him. A little bit of a cheeky move right there, but that's what some good defending will do. And yeah, that might be a little bit of front end damage on the Porsche. It looks like that is absolutely what's going on.
But Justin Rhodes is not done yet. He's looking on the inside for the next turn.
Yep, of course, and Michael Schwartz is going to try and follow through whoever he thinks is going to be the faster driver. Looks like he chose a little bit too late there, as Yavi was able to make that move stick and keep that position. And that even allowed Morgan Smith to capitalize. And, ooh, Morgan Smith getting a little too much on the power. And that's going to get the position right back to Michael Schwartz. Tough luck from Morgan. Maybe just pushing a little bit too hard, getting a little frustrated about his pace right there, and that mistake that he made. Looking like he's collecting it back up and just fended off Josh Anderson right there, but he's going to run into the pits, maybe do a quick tire change, get his fuel going, and do a little bit of a different strategy.
Yeah. In your lower right-hand corner, we got your points leader right now, Ricky Renner, looking to get through some lap traffic. That unfortunately slowed him up a little bit.
Yep, of course. And looked like Dane Simpson coming down on the outside right there. It's going to allow Fozzie Facilla to come up on the inside and keep his position right there, very well defended. Eric Martin was getting a little close to Cody right there, anticipating a pass coming into turn 1, but Cody's going to keep his position right there. Hop back with Dane Simpson. He continues his assault on Fozzie Fazzillo. It looks like Dane is just kind of searching around the track, seeing if he can get a little further inside, get a little bit faster through a turn, trying to capitalize on some points on Fozzie Fazzillo.
Oh, and it looks like, who was that? Josh Betts. Josh Anderson missed his braking mark just a little bit there, went straight.
Ooh, man.
Dane Simpson's not going to have to worry about him.
Nope, so it's just going to be these two right here. Dane Simpson's going to have the draft on that powerful Mustang. He's going to try and go around the outside once again. He's just going to have to be later on the brakes, trying to make it move.
Wow, they do a switchback right on the straight.
And that's going to give
Dane
Dane
Simpson
inside.
is sending it.
Ooh, man. They are getting a little bit sideways, but keeping it very clean, giving each other plenty of space, and that's going to allow Dane Simpson to keep it going.
Fozzie's still up ahead, but Dane Simpson is not giving up.
Not at all, and he's going to get some more draft coming down this stretch right here, and if he can be good on the brakes, he's going to continue being right on the bumper of Fozzie Fazzillo. But Fozzie doing an excellent job on picking his marks and being very defensive but fair. You know, I'm sure these two are both going to be smiling very much at this point in the race car.
Looks like Dane might get the drive coming up here.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he can do with this braking.
I think Dane has just a little bit more pace than Fozzie, but you know, you need a few more tenths just to make the pass work. You know, you could be maybe half a tenth or a tenth faster, but if you're not 2.5, 3 tenths faster, it's going to be really difficult trying to make that move.
Yeah, that turn is very, very tricky too, because it's like as soon as you get on the power, you pretty much have to brake.
Yep, absolutely.
In that turn.
As I think we're second too late there. Michael Schwartz getting by Justin Nerds right there, looking like he just made it work into turn 1. We got a few drivers coming into the pits. Nothing crazy yet. We're still waiting for our main first pit cycle right here. As it looks like Herbert Pineda and Nick Terrell are feeding off each other, trying to push up the pack. Herbert's going to get some nice drafts, so he's going to save a lot of fuel right here. So I figure now would be a good time. We will pull up our classes right here for your divisions, and we'll take a look at the points, see how it compares to what we got going on right now. So Mason Smith, of course, leading the race currently. It's going to put Ricky Renner in a little bit of a bind. He's a few spots back, so he might have to catch back up in the points if we were to finish where we are. Your gold division, Nick Nickerson, Not currently in your top three, but we do have Evan Dyes, your current gold leader, ahead of Herbert Pineda, so he's going to try and extend that lead. Thomas Bresci, of course, not being here tonight, so he's going to miss out on some crucial points. Your silver division, we have Josh Betts leading your race right now. It's going to put the advantage over Morgan Smith and Josh Anderson right now. Josh Anderson in 5th, Morgan Smith in 4th in your current silver division. In your bronze division, we have William Burrell in the lead, but I did not see him tonight. So that's going to allow James Molyneux to catch up on those points. Aaron Reed just a few positions back, so we might be seeing James Molyneux extend his gap.
That's right. It looks like we got our first round of pit stops as Mason Smith goes into the pits. Ricky Rayner stays out for another lap. What do you think the move is for Ricky here to try to make up that little mistake that he had, Jack?
I think his goal is now to go long. He lost some
just
valuable
save fuel.
time, so he's going to have to maximize his fuel strategy and just try and make it work in the pits rather than on track. Of course, Mason Smith, I'm sorry, having a lot of advantage of pace, so it's going to be really tricky for Ricky to catch back up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Cody Chasm just pushing the rear end of that Porsche a little bit too hard, nearly misses. Let's see, who is that? I believe that was James Molyneux. Very close call there.
Yep, absolutely. And now we have Ricky coming into the pits. So let's see where Mason's at. Mason is actually spun out. He is currently sideways on the track. What has happened to him right here? Yeah, he just got a little bit too excited on the throttle, and that allowed him to get by. So he just lost much valuable time. And I'm sure, I don't know if Ricky knows yet, but he will soon find out that he will come out ahead of Mason Smith right here.
What a crazy turn of events. Both of our leaders have had, little tiny mistakes with their first stints.
Yep,
I guess technically Mason was on his second stint.
Yep, this is on his
what do you think, Jack? Cold tires? Just a little bit too much on those cold tires?
Maybe. I mean, if he took 1 or 2 tires on that rear end, that's going to for sure allow him to...
Look at this. Ricky Rayner coming out of the pits.
Yeah,
slightly ahead of Mason Smith.
Looks like he has about a 6-7 second lead over Mason Smith right now. So that is going to put the advantage back in his favor for the points.
No!
Oh my gosh.
Ricky spins out again!
Ricky's back around again.
No!
There he is right there. Mason gets right on through. Mason gets through after Ricky also spins it coming out of the pits. I think both drivers may have taken some tires, and both times...
God, you cannot make this up.
Nope,
wow.
Not at all. Jeez, these guys are giving us quite a show for your throwdown in the Platinum Division. Maybe Herbert Pineda
that's gonna put Ricky Rayner back in P6 at the moment. Mason Smith is in P4. Josh Betts is in between them, your silver driver.
Yep, and that gives a 7-second gap. I'm sorry, about a 9-second gap to Nick Nickerson. So if Nick can hold on, we might just get our wish and get a new driver on the top side of the podium.
Nick Nickerson in the lead right now here at Indianapolis.
Man, what a crazy pit cycle. That was not expected whatsoever. So we'll keep an eye on this battle right here. Herbert Pineda getting pretty close to Fozzie Fazilla right there. I think he might be wanting to make a move coming into turn 1 right here. Looks like he's getting an excellent draft. Is he going to be a
Is
little bit
Herbert
later on the
Pineda going to go on the
brakes?
inside?
Yep, he's going to go on the
And he
inside.
does. He makes a stick.
Does he have the traction go around the outside right here? That's the killer corner right there. That one is
Wow.
always going to favor the inside drivers, so I think Fozzie is playing a little bit of the long game when it comes to his defense. And
Yeah.
even parks on the apex right there, so that's going to allow...
Closes the door on Herbert.
Dane Simpson is going to maybe capitalize on that too. He got really close right there. As, we'll
Herbert Pineda is our gold driver. Fozzie Fazilla, our bronze driver. So, wow, good job to Fonzie for defending Herbert there.
Yep, absolutely. That was excellent defense right there. Nothing more you could do about that. And Herbert might be getting a little bit frustrated trying to get by.
Yeah.
And I think...
Look at this battle between Morgan Smith and Justin Rhodes.
Yep, Morgan Smith wanted to really get by. Justin Rhodes showing some excellent defense. And that's even allowing Michael Schwartz to maybe piece in some action and pick up some pieces that might be left if something happens. Morgan Smith playing it a little bit safe into the braking zone, not trying to make a send.
See if Michael Schwartz can capitalize on this battle as well, being right behind these two.
Yep, absolutely.
Morgan Smith getting right on the back of Justin Rhodes there.
Yep, we're having a two-way train right here, and Justin Rhodes able to fend off Morgan Smith, but Morgan Smith riding his bumper all the way around that left-hander. But Justin Rhodes defending this beautifully, definitely showing why he is your second place actually in your silver division. Josh Betts clearly a few places ahead, showing excellent pace up there. So a silver division driver up there with the platinum and gold drivers. Looks like Justin Rhodes going a little bit wide around here. Maybe has a little bit more momentum, but that's going to allow Morgan Smith to be right up behind him with that faster line on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Justin Rhodes coming right on across at the last second, right before the braking zone. Maybe a little bit of a scare tactic on Morgan Smith right there.
It's like we got two very intense battles brewing out right now between Mason Smith and Evan Dyes, and also Morgan Smith and Justin Rhodes.
Yep, absolutely. And just hopped on a fuzz late. Ricky Renner gets by Josh Betts right here. So he is now 3 seconds back from Mason Smith. And try and make up some time on him as well.
Mason Smith all over the back of Evan Dyes, right there in your lower right-hand corner.
Yep, absolutely. Evan Dyes doing an excellent job defending that position. Morgan Smith wanting to go on the inside of Justin Rhodes on turn 1 right there. But Justin Rhodes keeping that very clean and very tidy, keeping that that position ahead, defending very, very well.
Oh, and the switchback. Evan Dyes trying to get back at Mason Smith. And you've also got Morgan Smith and Josh Betts still battling it out as well.
Yep, these drivers looking really good. Morgan Smith going to have the inside here on the left-hander. Morgan getting a little bit ahead, but Justin fighting that
Oh
back,
no!
and that's going to take Morgan Smith out right there.
That's unfortunate.
See if we can get some drone coverage on what just happened right there. Looking like just a little bit bumping and banging, and iRacing sending Morgan Smith around. So nothing much I don't think either driver could have done. Maybe give each other a little bit more space. I think Morgan was wanting to dive into that right-hander just a little early, but tough break. I don't think there's any bad blood right there on either side.
Mason Smith just barely pulling away from Evan Dyes right now. Ricky Rayner looks like he's catching up to Evan Dyes.
Yep, absolutely. Ricky Renner must be kicking himself after that mistake that he had after getting the lead on Mason Smith from his mistake earlier on.
Meanwhile, up in the front of the pack, we have Nick Nickerson up there with a 1.8 second lead from Nathan Nickerson.
Yep, absolutely. Nathan just keeping a pretty healthy gap to Nick. Not letting him get away, but still getting it pretty close right there. So we may see these drivers work together to fend off Mason. You know, have someone else stand on the top step. But Mason still has a lot of work to do. He still has 6 seconds to catch up to Nathan.
Yeah. We're just a little bit past the halfway point of the race right now, 34 minutes into it. You know, it's so crazy, Jack. You hardly ever see Mason or Ricky, for that matter, making mistakes like that, personal mistakes too. Nonetheless, with their races, it's very rare to see them step the car out like that, and surprisingly, both of them have done that tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of rare. Maybe they talk to each other on the mic and be like, "Yo, I spun out. You should spin out too and make this a closer battle."
Yeah.
Got a couple of cameras here on Ricky Renner's car. Gonna see him try and get by Evan Dyes up front.
Yep. Is he gonna get the draft? He's a little far. You can see him edging up there a little bit. Oh my God, is he gonna send it to turn one? Let's see.
Nope, he's gonna keep it pretty civilized right here. But if he can maintain this gap, get a little bit closer, he might be looking at a fancy shot coming to that left-hander after the long stretch coming up here in just a few corners. Both drivers taking the curve quite a bit.
Yep, Evan Dyes is no slouch. He's definitely going to defend that position for as long as he possibly can. We know that for a fact.
Yep, absolutely. But I think Ricky Renner's going to have to try his chances one more time coming around, as trying to pass through here is a little bit tough. It's a little bit of a narrower track, so trying to make your moves here can be a challenge if you're not going to completely commit. Looks like he's going to have the inside out here. Evan Dyes seemingly giving that position. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he just gave him that position, maybe for field strategy's sake. I'm not too sure, but that's going to allow Ricky to get right on Mason Smith. But being behind Evan Dyes right there, that lost Ricky some time to Mason. He is now 3 seconds behind.
Meanwhile, Nick Nickerson still sitting very comfortably in first place, 1.75 seconds ahead of Nathan Nickerson.
Yep, absolutely. Now we can hop on board with Ricky once he gets as he
Oh
gets in the
no!
grass a little bit, keeps it out of trouble, but lost valuable time. He's gonna have to
Oh
pass Evan
man!
Dyes once again. It's looking further and further away with his shot at the lead for this race tonight, unless Mason makes another mistake, which is really rare
Yeah.
from him. So Ricky Renner maybe feeling a little bit of pressure, maintaining his championship lead.
It's crazy because I'm sure Ricky going down that straightaway can see Mason ahead of Evan Dye, just going, God, he's right there.
Yep.
He's right there.
He's letting them get away a little bit. But we'll kind of do a little bit of a run through with this track. Right-hander right here. You need to kind of be careful. The car wants to step out a little bit if you're not completely on it. And then once you get the car collected, you're full throttle through that chicane and all the way down right here. I always look for this little turnoff right there on the right. That's going to be your braking point for getting into this left-hander right here. And just easy on the throttle, let the car rotate through, and then you're just going to modulate that throttle. Ricky looking like he's staying in the higher gear to let the car rotate better on that back axle. And he's going to be nice and smooth on the throttle right here, going right out on the curb. It's going to give you as much momentum, as much speed as you can, getting back onto the main oval right here. Going to brake right at the 300, or I'm sorry, that would have been the 200 I want to say, and making that right-hander, and just kind of coast around this final corner. You have to be very careful. You can spin out easily right there, and want to make sure you get the best exit you can, keeping it absolutely pinned coming onto this front stretch right here.
Yep. And that's the finish line right there.
Yep. Like Herbert Pineda maybe getting a little bit too antsy on the outside of that right-hander before he gets onto the little bit part of the oval. Maybe got a little bit of grass or got a little bit too much in the throttle. Not too sure. Dane Simpson, Fozzie Fazella getting a little bit closer together. These two drivers being pretty close all night long.
Yeah, they've got a great battle. Dane Simpson looking to go on the inside.
Yeah, making a late move right there,
Wow.
but nothing quite there. That outside working really well for Fozzie as he's able to defend the corner after. But Dane not giving it up this time. He sends it into the right-hander. It looks like he gets turned from it. We'll get another drone camera on what just happened right there. As yeah, it looks like Fozzie just anticipating him to turn in a little bit sooner. So Dane Simpson getting a little bit of tough luck right there, but I think he got away with that with relative little damage. Can hop on with him and check out his steering wheel, see if it's still pointing straight. I think he just got away with that. Yeah, I think he's okay without any wheel damage right there.
Ricky Rayner on the hunt for Evan Dyes again, trying to make up that P4 position so that he can get behind Mason Smith.
Yep, absolutely. That was Dane Simpson going into the pits right there as well. Maybe taking an early pit and finish up his fuel and maybe do a fast repair if he did have any damage. Looks like Ricky Renner going around Evan Dyes once more in this back section. And I think Evan Dyes just letting him by a little bit. Nothing too slow, but not really wanting to fight that position too much.
Yeah, Evan Dyes, you know, being very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, Jack.
I don't know, maybe timid would be a word.
Nice.
Yeah, generous.
Being very, yeah, generous. There we go. He's being very generous,
Yep.
giving that position to Ricky Rayner there.
Yep, absolutely. And looking like Mason Smith is actually starting to catch up a little bit to Nathan Nickerson ahead. Getting a little bit closer. Nathan coming a little bit further back from Nick. But Mason Smith is definitely on a charge, setting fast times after fast times. He and Ricky are definitely the fastest cars on track right now.
Yeah, if you're Mason Smith, this is one of those races where you don't want to mess around and you want to try to gain as many positions as you can on Ricky Rayner.
Yep, absolutely. And he still has 15 minutes to make something happen. So he could still end up on the top step of the podium, but Nick is going to have to do some pretty good defending. And that's if Mason can get by Nathan. Both drivers driving those Ford Mustangs, so should be pretty equal in the car. It's just up to the driver at this point. Looks like that draft working really well for Mason at this track.
Yeah.
And despite having a little bit extra heat in his tires in the first part of the stint, looking like he's got those temperatures back under control and able to get ever so close to to Nathan Nickerson up front.
If you're Nathan Nickerson and you see Mason Smith behind you, what's going through your head, Jack?
Man, when he's this close, I'm thinking protect the inside, park it on the apex, and try and get the best launch he can on these straights, because he's going to have that draft and he's going to be hungry for getting by you.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be right here. This is going to be his strongest point.
Let's see if he's going to make the move.
Yep. If I were Nathan here, I'd hold that outside. You know, if you can hold that speed, then you're going to defend on this left-hander coming up.
There he goes.
Let's see
Is he going to do a switchback?
Looking like he just outbroke him and just made that move work. That was definitely a very nice pass.
Yeah.
Just outbroke him in that Ford Mustang. And that's now going to allow him to make up some 3-second gap to Nick Nickerson with less than 15 minutes to go. So it is still very much his race. He can still crawl it back, but he's going to have to drive pretty good. And Nick is going to have to hope that Nathan attacks him a little bit more, make him look in his mirror just a few times extra.
Yeah. That's going to put Ricky Renner, unfortunately, 5 seconds behind Nathan Nickerson that he's going to have to make up.
Yep, absolutely. And Nathan Nickerson runs into the pits, so I think an opportune time to grab some tires, grab some fuel, and make it to the end. So we're going to see if the undercut works here. Looking like both Nickersons running into the pit. So Mason Smith, your current leader, but of course they're going to have to pit here in a few laps time.
Yeah. What do you think? You think Ricky has got some extra fuel saved up in his tank?
I think he
compared
might.
to Mason Smith?
Yeah, he was able to go one lap further in the first stint, and as long as Ricky was able to fuel save a little bit and just kind of manage that um, fuel delta, he might have 2 laps saved up right here. And if the overcut does work, then of course he's gonna have a little bit of time maked up right there.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm curious if Mason Smith has been saving fuel this whole time, or if he's just been trying to push. It seems like he's just been trying to push to try to get as much of a gap on Ricky as he possibly can. And it
Yep,
looks like Mason Smith
absolutely.
is now going into the pits.
Yep. So we're gonna keep an eye on Nick Nickerson, see if he can get a little bit further ahead on his gap right there, or if Mason was able to eat into that on his in lap. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll also keep on Nathan Nickerson behind too. He's 3 seconds back, so he might have a little bit of a harder time trying to catch up to Mason Smith, if that is the case. As you'll be able to see Nick Nickerson coming on the front stretch right there. We'll keep a camera on
Yep.
Mason as he just gets released. Mason looking like he's able to take a little bit less fuel, and he's going to have a little bit of an advantage coming out of the pits, but Nick is going to be right there. That's going to definitely eat into his lead. Looking like Mason is only half a second behind now. So
Wow.
he definitely made up some time in the pits. Looked like he was a second and a half faster in the pit lane.
Ricky Renner enters the pits.
Yep.
Let's see where that's going to put him
Yep, and
as he comes out.
he should maybe have another second on Mason right here, because he's going to have a little bit less fuel going into the car. But this is going to be your battle for your provisional first place once everyone has pit through.
There goes Ricky trying to get out of the pits. That pit stop is so long, it seems like, especially when when you can see the guys that you're trying to catch up to pass you right there on the left side.
Yep, absolutely. And it looks like he just got in his pit box as
Yeah.
our leaders are making their way through right now. So unfortunately, Ricky is going to have nothing to do with this battle.
Yep. Mason looking on the inside.
Yep, Nick Nickerson defending it, but he's going to the inside right here, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. No, he's going to eke it out. It
He's
looks
still
like
got the
Mason Smith
inside
is going
though.
to be the inside, but he's going to back out on the second right-hander
Wow.
going in the infield. But that's going to allow Nick Nickerson to stretch his legs a little bit. But there's going to be another opportunity right here. The draft is very powerful on this backstretch.
Yeah. Mason looking on the outside.
Nick covering
Nick
that off
blocking it
very
off.
nicely.
Yep.
Look like Ricky Renner is going to have a chance on Nathan right there, and he's going to get right on
Yep.
through in the left-hander. So Ricky Renner still only 2 seconds behind are your leaders. So if he can get the pedal to the metal, he is not quite done yet.
I'm interested to see if Nathan can get Ricky back here. We'll see.
Yep, absolutely. He's going to keep putting pressure on Ricky. But right now, Mason Smith and Nick Nickerson coming onto the front stretch. This is going to be another chance for Mason to use some of that power and that draft to hopefully get by Nick Nickerson. But Nick is going to try and defend it on the outside again like he did before. If it worked one time, it should work again, as they're going single file into the turn one right here. Nick going a little bit wide.
Wow.
Is going to defend it very nicely. Mason's going to get a little bit
Mason
more
gets
momentum.
the drive.
But nothing quite doing it there. So he's just going to have to be a little bit more patient going into this infield section. Looking like he got a pretty good drive out of that section right there, and
Yep.
catching up really good. So he's going to look on the inside right
Oh,
here on the
yep.
left-hander. Is he going to outbrake him? He's going to be late on the brakes. He is side by side right there, taking a little bit of curb. Nick giving him plenty of room, but he's going to have more
And
momentum
look
on the
who's
outside.
directly behind them.
Yep. This battle is going to slow them right on down. Ricky Renner is going to join the battle. Nick going to have the inside. He gets a little bit sideways. It's going to hurt his exit on the corner. Mason might be making a move on the outside right here, but Nick is still going to have the inside line. If he can just take a little bit short of a line, he's going to have the advantage going into this right-hander. Mason making
Look
it
at
work on
Ricky
the outside.
right on the back of Mason.
We're having a three-way battle right here going into the front stretch. Mason getting away with it. Ricky's going to be on the outside. He might have a little bit more momentum. Hopefully he can get the draft on Mason.
Yeah, that's right, but it looks like Nick is going to have the inside on Ricky here.
Yep, absolutely. Nathan might be picking up some pieces too if something happens. Nick going to try and defend, go a little bit later on the brakes on Ricky. Ricky's going to have the advantage on this left-hander going around that long sweeper. Even Nathan's going to be side by side on Nick after that little exchange. But looking like we are settled down a little bit. So
it's Mason and Ricky at the top again.
Yep. And that still leaves about 7 more minutes for them to battle it out. And Ricky was able to put in a little bit of a gap before he spun it. So maybe that pace advantage could be used here at the end.
Yeah. Mason Smith doing a 1:24.18 is his best. Ricky Renner 1.24.19. Wow.
Yep, looking like 100th, maybe even a couple thousandths off each other for their best laps. So they're going to be matching each other right here. And Ricky Renner maybe just going to cool off his tires a little bit and reset the car before he makes another attack. But he is still half a second into that draft.
Look at the Nickersons going at it. Nathan Nickerson going on the inside of Nick Nickerson. Can he get it done? Let's see.
Yep, absolutely. Nathan having the advantage on the inside right here. Nick going to be a little bit longer, but he's going to have the advantage on this left-hander. But Nathan not giving it up whatsoever. He's going to have the advantage on the right-hander. And then again, coming in once more.
Oh,
Nick,
they come together!
Nick trying to make a move on the outside, but turning it a little early. He's going to have to back out of that move, and that's going to promote Nathan into third place.
Yep.
We'll hop back on with Ricky and Mason. Tale old as time. These two battling it out for the win. And this track a little bit harder to have a close finish, but maybe if Mason gets a little bit too sideways on the final corner, it's going to allow Ricky to get alongside him. So anything can happen. It happened at Brazil. It happened at Road Atlanta.
Yeah, these two have been battling it out all season long, just back and forth.
Yep, absolutely.
Just right on top of each other in terms of pace.
Man, I wonder what's going through Ricky's head right now. Even if he spun it those couple times, that last time he spun it, that's what really lost him the win right here, or the lead currently, because I think he would have had it from that pit stop if he didn't get in the grass.
Yep. And now he's got the added pressure of being right behind Mason. He's got to, maintain his pace as best as he can without making any mistakes. Same thing with Mason. Mason's got a lot of pressure on him right now with having Ricky right on his bumper. As we've got less than 4 minutes on the race here tonight in Indianapolis.
Yep, absolutely. Looking like Ricky having a little bit of a tighter line right here. The Porsche definitely showing why it's a little bit stronger in the infield right here. Trying to grow an advantage, but Mason having what might be a little bit more talent going through there with the Mustang, able to get a little bit of a better exit. We'll see what Ricky can do, catching right on up on that final corner. Gonna try and get a good exit right here. Use the draft, but that
Yep.
Mustang power is gonna carry Mason pretty well on this front stretch.
Ricky staying right on the back of him, though, trying to take every advantage from that draft that he possibly can.
Yep, absolutely. These two drivers, no stranger to each other with their contention for the lead right here. It's definitely going to be a showdown from this point even until the end of the next race, our 2-hour finale. I think these two drivers are going to be just like this.
Yeah. We've got about 2 minutes left, and it looks like these drivers are coming up on some lap traffic. With the pace that they're doing, I wouldn't be surprised if they get into the back of Dane Simpson right there.
Yep, but
that's probably going to put a little bit of pressure on Mason.
Yep, Mason's going to hope that Dane can get out of the way. Dane usually being pretty respectful from these sort of situations.
Yep.
So as long as he keeps an eye on his relative and his mirror, he should get out of the way, no problem from these drivers. And Ricky's going to hope that happens soon so Mason doesn't get a draft. I think that's exactly what might happen here. Yep. Dane pulling off to the right side of the track. And that's just going to allow that gap to be maintained about half a second so far. So Ricky might just be looking for the little weaknesses and planning his attack potentially for a last lap pass. And we'll break away just for a second here as we'll look at some of the other drivers that are pretty close. Michael Schwartz, Nick Terrell going pretty close. Justin Rhodes and Herbert Pineda also. We might be seeing a move from Nick Terrell coming into turn 1. As using that Mustang power with the draft. He's going to try and send it
going on the outside.
Yep, Porsche getting a little bit better under brakes. Michael Schwartz defending that beautifully. It's going to make Nick Terrell's life a little bit harder going through these final few laps. As I think we'll be hitting the white flag here. Ricky Renner going around the inside right there.
Wow!
He's definitely making his presence known coming through right here, but he's going to be right on the bumper. This is the final lap, so this is going to be the finish. That was the late move that he was wanting to do, but it was one move a little bit too late.
Mason Smith!
Mason Smith getting it right there. So very, very close between those two drivers right there. And we'll keep an eye on a couple battles for the back. Michael Schwartz getting a little bit on the grass right there. That's going to hinder his exit. That's going to allow Nick Terrell to get on through. So a little bit of a last lap drama right here. Further down in the pack.
Stays on the inside.
Looking like Nick Terrell might have that covered off very nicely as long as he can keep it pretty good through the final corner. Michael Schwartz trying to make it work a little bit right there, but it's going to be Nick Terrell. Now we have Justin Rhodes, Herbert Pineda side by side on the final corner. Herbert Pineda is going to have the advantage going on the inside. Justin Rhodes going to have the advantage of the pace using the momentum on the outside. It looks like Justin Rhodes going to squeak it out on the outside right there on Herbert Pineda. Man, those drivers
what a race!
Getting really, really feisty. That was a very fun final 10 minutes from not only the leaders, but further down in the midfield as well. So great job from all these guys. That was very fun to see. As we'll wait for a few more drivers to finish up their race. Looks like we just have a couple more coming through.
What an intense battle between these drivers all the way to the end.
Yep, absolutely. That was something quite fun to look at. And yeah, we'll hop back on here. Oops. with your race results, with your overall winner being Mason Smith, and Ricky Renner just 1/10 behind with that late send, trying to make it work on Mason, but Mason defending that beautifully. Third place, we have Nathan Nickerson on a very nice pass on Nick toward the end of the race. Evan Dyes finishing 5th. 6th place, Josh Betts. 7th, Yavi Sierra. 8th place, Nick Terrell. 9th, Michael Schwartz. And 10th, Justin Roods.
Then we have 11th place, Herbert Pineda. 12th place, Josh Anderson. 13th place, Fozzie Fazillo. 14th place, Eric Martin. 15th, Dane Simpson. 16th, Cody Chasm. 17th, James Molino. 18th, Alex Jaspers. 19th, Aaron Reed. 20th, John Crane.
And 21st, Morgan Smith. 22nd, Ian Howard. And 23rd, Rick Wishton. Rounding out our field. So definitely what a race from all of our drivers here tonight. We will try and get some drivers here in the booth. We'll start off, let's see, for our rookie division, do we have Yavi Sierra here in the booth?
Let's see. Did we give a shout out to him in the chat? I don't see him in the chat.
Still trying to work my way through there. How about Fozzie Fazillo in the bronze?
Unfortunately, I do not see Fozzie Fazillo either. Here, let's make sure. Oh, you're already typing it in there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting all of our drivers in. How about Josh Betts? Do we have Josh Betts available?
No Josh Betts, unfortunately.
All right, we are, I guess, getting a little tight on our interviews tonight. Maybe we'll see them pop up here after we get our podium positions in there. Yeah, let's get Nathan Nickerson, our Gold Division winner, as well as our 3rd place finisher.
All right. Nathan, how you doing? It's Jack and Alan in the booth.
Oh, you guys do exist. Pretty good.
Yeah, we do exist. So you've heard about us, huh?
A couple times, yeah, but I've never seen you.
Well, hey, congratulations tonight at Indianapolis. How was your race?
Just trying not to loop her in like the 3rd or 4th corner.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how the race was, and then trying to keep pace with Nick Nickerson the whole time is just. I would lose a 10th here. I would gain a couple 10ths back, then lose a few 10ths, and then gain a couple back. It was just back and forth, and he just slowly pulled away from me at the beginning.
Yeah, you guys. I think it was Nick that was leading the pack. Was it you or Nick? I think it was Nick that was leading the pack. And you were behind him. The points leaders were obviously behind. They obviously mixed up the positions a little bit, which obviously allowed Nathan, I believe, to make a move on you as well. Do you want to talk about those details a little bit?
Nathan or Nick? I'm getting confused now.
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
Mason had some issues, I think, coming out of pits with probably new tires. I know Ricky had some issues with his tires coming out of the pit, and it was just go time at that point. So at the end of the 2nd stint, we had a pretty comfortable gap. I was thinking Nick would win it the whole time, and then I would probably get 2nd, judging by the gap we had. But Mason and Ricky came out of nowhere and passed me. So I'm like, hopefully they battle for the lead, Nick and Mason. And they did, but then Ricky got around me. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be 4th now. And I eventually followed Ricky into the 4-way battle for 1st and ended up getting a 3rd out of it.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy seeing them catch up to you guys and kind of split you guys up like that. Yeah, wow, what a battle. How did you feel about Indianapolis tonight? Did you feel pretty comfortable here?
Yeah, I had some pretty mixed feelings. So I've been practicing with a lower wing, getting a little loose on the track, so I felt good there. But then the practice felt like the car was very stable, so I was looking forward to that. But then during the race, it felt loose again. So I don't know where I was going wrong, where I was losing time, but just trying to stay consistent lap after lap.
Yep, of course.
All right.
Yeah, you guys were looking pretty racy out there. I know you and Nick looked like you were maintaining a pretty good gap. What was your thoughts when you saw, Mason and Ricky starting to catch back up and then having that four-way battle for the lead right there?
Honestly, I thought we had them the whole time. I thought they were so far back that it might be close at the end, but I did not think they would catch up in four-way battle. I did not think that was going to happen.
Yeah,
It was insane.
it was really exciting to watch.
I look
All
forward to
right.
watching that back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'll have to definitely watch it back. We got it all on both cameras. So it was pretty exciting for us. But yeah, congratulations on P3 and Gold Division tonight. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Yeah, so both of the Nickerson families. I know Ricky always says Nickerson, but we're not really sure which family at this point, so we'll shout out both there. And then Josh Betts killing it tonight in sixth position. I think he won
Yep.
his class too. So
He did, yeah, he won silver. We're still waiting for him to show up in Discord.
Yeah, we
yeah,
got him
great
in
ride from him.
the waiting room right now, so all good from them.
And always Ricky as well, and Eric and everybody else who shows up. Shorts. And, yep, always fun.
Cool, awesome. Well,
Absolutely.
congratulations, and you looking forward to the next track to Magello?
Oh yeah, after this, a lot more confidence back. So we'll see you there.
Awesome. Yep, we'll see you next week. All right. What was your Gold Division winner? You want to go down the list again?
Yeah,
Jack?
I'm thinking let's bring in Fozzie, your Bronze Division winner. I see
Okay.
him in the booth there.
Yep. Fozzie, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's Ellen and Jack. Congratulations on the bronze win tonight. Not just the bronze win, but also in 13th, which is awesome. You made up 3 positions. How was your night?
Honestly, a bit rough for my liking, but
Yeah.
we'll handle that another way. Had a lot of fun. Just don't understand some of the decisions, but that's okay. It worked out, so no big deal.
Yeah. We saw there that you and Dane had quite a battle going on. You care to share any details with that?
Actually, I was really enjoying racing with him. We were pretty close on times. He had just a little more speed than I did, so that's why I kind of drove defensively on the straights. Made it a little harder for him to pass, but I had no problems with him. We had contact. I think he just made a little bit of a mistake, which we all do. That's no big deal at all. You know, I enjoyed racing with him. I've never raced with him before.
Awesome. Are you looking forward to Magello next week?
Yeah, I really like Magello. I'll probably be back in the McLaren for that one. I kind of just went out on a limb and drove the Mustang for the first time tonight. So back in the McLaren where I'll be most comfortable, and I love Magello. Going to be
awesome.
fun.
How about the rain? How do you feel about the rain next week?
If it's going to rain, you might not see me, honestly. I hate
Hey, I'm right up
rain.
there with you.
I'm
Don't
so
worry.
bad at it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm right up there with you. I hate the rain. I cannot stand it.
You know, truthfully, it depends on how much it rains. I mean, if it's like unrealistic rain, I won't be there. But if it's just wet, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
there's only
cool.
a 25% chance, so there is definitely a chance it won't rain, and you'll just have a dry track out.
Right.
And,
Yeah, we'll keep our
sounds like
fingers
fun.
crossed for you that it doesn't rain.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yep, of
All
course.
right.
Well, yeah,
Is
congratulations.
there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Yeah, I always want to thank my team, WBM. It's an amazing group of dudes. They're all brothers. We're all like brothers to each other. And I wouldn't have a lot of the skill set that I do without them. So
Awesome. You got anything else for him, Jack?
No, yeah, just congratulations on the bronze win, looking really strong out there, and yeah, if you can maintain this pace for the final race of the season, being double points, you could have a shot at the podium or even the win in bronze. So,
oh,
congratulations and keep it
fantastic.
up.
Appreciate you having me on, fellas.
Yep, of course.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right. How was your bronze winner tonight? Are we ready for our silver winner?
Yeah, let's bring silver division winner Josh Betts into the booth.
Josh, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth. Congratulations on your division win tonight at Indianapolis. How'd your race go?
What's up, boys? And race went good, honestly, and it was fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, you not only won your division, but you also got in P6. So
Yeah.
I believe you only made up one position, but still, that's awesome because you were able to maintain your position the entire race. And I think you had a little bit of a battle with Yavi Sierra there, didn't you?
Yeah, he was chasing me down, but the first stint I had a pretty good battle with Evan. We were just trailing each other the whole first stint.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Evan dies. Yeah, awesome.
Yep, it was
So how do you feel about? Did you feel pretty comfortable here at Indianapolis tonight?
fun. I'll be honest. I just bought the track down on the track last night and played for 2 hours. Played for 2 hours with Ricky and Nate, and put like an hour in before.
That's
Today,
awesome.
Here we are.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you feel about Magello next week?
Oh, I really like Magello, so I can't
Awesome.
wait, honestly. I think
Yeah.
my best finish so far at Magello. No, this is my best finish now, but before it was Magello.
Okay.
So.
How about in the rain? Are you pretty comfortable in the rain?
Oh yeah, I love the rain. I think this is the first race I've done good top 10 without the rain. Other than that, I'm always like right on the bubble, but rain races, I'm always top 10 for some reason.
Yeah.
well, that's awesome. Yeah, you
Sweet.
might have an advantage next week then at Motegi
Yep.
for our finale.
Oh,
And I believe this also puts you ahead of the current leader, Morgan Smith.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe so.
What do you think the strategy is for Magello to maintain that?
I'm just gonna come out and just drive. Today I had the mentality of just whatever I get, I get. I'm just gonna go out there and just drive, not even worry about who's behind me, who's in front of me, what's the gaps, anything. So I'm gonna take that same mindset next week and just try to get it.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, you're currently 11 points ahead of Josh Anderson, and I believe 15 points behind him is Justin Rhodes. So you guys are still very, very close together for the next race. So should be interesting. We can't wait to see you out there.
Yeah, you have an 11-point
Yep.
lead right now, actually.
Yep.
Ooh, it's gonna be a fun one then.
Yeah,
It's gonna be intense,
exactly.
I guess. I'll be stressing myself out, that's for sure.
Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thanks to?
Yeah, I want to shout out the whole Next Gen team, Ricky, Eric, Schwartz, everyone out there tonight. Definitely shout out Nate. He helped me a bunch last night, got me the confidence. And then just shout out my girlfriend. She's on vacation, but she's still tuned in to watch. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you next week at Magello, and congratulations.
All right, thanks, boys.
Thank you.
No problem.
right.
All right, now look like Ricky Renner, second place driver. Get him in here and speak to him about what he thought of tonight's race. I can only imagine.
Ricky, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
Oh, I'm doing better now.
Welcome back to the booth. Yeah, just walk us through it. How'd your race go?
Qualifying went according to plan. The first stint was going according to plan. And then I caught a mysterious banana peel.
Yeah,
and
we
lost
saw
the
that.
rear,
Yep.
which took forever for the spin to stop. There was just grip and then no grip. Okay. And then, yeah, we were still doing all right. We were kind of fine. And took 2 tires at the pit stop, lost it in the second corner coming out. In like the slowest, longest slide that took forever. I didn't even think I was going to wreck. I thought I was just going to slide and then be okay. And it just got to the grass. And then it picked up a little more speed. And then it rotated all the way around. So then I just gave it a little gas and went ahead and 360'd it and took off again.
Mm-hmm.
Had a little battle there with Evan to get the position for a few laps. Finally get that, then lost it again and almost smoked the wall.
Yeah, we caught that one.
So needless to say, it was a very sloppy race. So to finish how we did, and I think Mason will agree, to finish how we did was pretty good. We're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we were really
Yeah.
shocked. I think there was a point where you had about 3-4 second gap to Mason
Yeah,
going
you
into
had
the
a
pits.
huge gap.
And we're like,
Yep.
yeah, we don't know if there's gonna be enough time. And then you came out of the pits like right there, and then they were
Yeah, I
having
don't know
a
how that
four-way
worked.
battle. Yeah, it was astonishing. So,
But it was really fun on the pit exit, especially with Nathan because we drive together all the time.
Mhm.
And there is no one on the track that he is going to race harder than me. So there is no chance of a free position there. And it was just full send on each other. So
Yep, absolutely.
that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was
How much
pretty
how
nuts.
much pressure did you have after your first loop out? Did you think it was over or
Honestly, yeah, I thought it was over, and I was like, I can probably salvage second if, we keep going, because we had opened up a pretty good gap before
Yeah.
that. So I was like, I could probably still salvage second, just keep it together. And then Mason pit a lap before me, and as I was coming down pit lane, I heard something happen to Mason, he wrecked. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm for sure taking 2 tires then if he wrecked, because we might be back in this. And I'd like to have some grip. The left sides both get chewed up pretty good, but the left side for me was more important. So I took the left side tires and then I lost it anyways. And then I thought it was definitely over. And then somehow through divine intervention, I guess, we ended up right back in the thing right at the end.
Yeah, it was. What happened to Mason is he actually just looped the car just like you did. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. I mean, we're gonna ask him here in a bit when we interview him, but I'm assuming it was off cold tires.
Yeah, I'm guessing he took
probably the
tires
same
also.
thing. Yeah. So and that caused him to lose quite a bit of time, unfortunately. But yeah, and then you and Evan Dyes had a little thing going on, but it looked like he kind of let you by there.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
second
sure if
time for
that's
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the second time, I think after the first battle and all that, and then I got by and had a little gap. I think the second time he was like, you know what? All right, he's back already. We're good. And so on the radio, I thanked him for that, for not fighting it too much there, and I promised not to put the car in the wall again. So I had to uphold that promise. But
Yeah.
I know, like, the ending was pretty exciting again, and honestly,
yeah.
like, if Mason hadn't raced me so clean at Road Atlanta, in that final corner, then I probably would have won tonight's race, because I could have sent it into that turn a little deeper and left them a little less room.
hmm
But we've had such clean racing that I was like, you know what, we're just gonna dive down the inside. We're gonna keep it nice and tight here, and just drag race it to the finish, which honestly, I don't think it matters one way or another. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're tied in points right now.
Yeah, I can actually
And
pull that up right here for you now. Mason Smith is 2 points behind you right now.
Yep.
oh
2
wow, okay.
points.
Absolutely.
I knew
Yeah.
he gained 5. He was 4 points back. He gained 5.
Yeah.
But I
Yep.
gained 1 more point from qualifying. And I wasn't sure how the incident points worked out tonight for the bonus. But either way, I was thinking if we're tied or not, whatever. If I win the race, I'm only 10 points ahead of him. And next week's double points anyways. And it's
Yeah.
10-point difference from first to second. So
Yep.
I figured it doesn't really matter, which is actually a little more fitting going into the last round that we're so close after how many close races we've had this season. That it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
excited
you
to
guys have
have
been neck and neck.
Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen 2021. That's kind of the performance I'm expecting out of this final race.
I'll be changing
Yeah.
Nate's name in Discord to Checo this week.
There you go.
We'll let Mason know to that he can't throw any more banana peels out the window either for you.
Yeah, he just
slip on.
left it. He was watching my line, and then he left a banana peel right where I was going.
Yep.
So rude.
No, we'll talk to the stewards on
Cool.
that one.
How do you feel about Magello?
Isn't it Motegi?
Or sorry,
is
Motegi.
Motegi,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. No, I like Motegi. I don't know that it's been my strongest track, but it's been a while since we raced there, and I definitely have improved. But I like the track. I think it's really good for racing. A lot of long straightaways with big, long 180s that you can go inside, outside, outside, inside. I think there's a lot of racing opportunity there, which will be hopefully another good race, but we also have a lot of time. So 2 hours, a lot of things can happen, fuel strategy, and we'll have to see how it works out. It's not going to be a race, like where these 1 hour ones, it's a debate whether you take tires or don't take tires.
Yeah.
You're going to be taking tires. How many times do you take tires? It's going to be a fun race.
Absolutely. We look forward to it. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Shout out to you guys for a great broadcast and the whole core crew for a great series. Shout out to Mason for keeping that race interesting for me and having a good series here. But the Nickerson battle, it was like a little. I thought there was some incest out there at one point. We had a little family on family. I've seen them inside each other a couple times. But that was a fun one to watch. And I'm gonna say both those families. I don't know, which one I'm shouting out that watches the race, but I know one of them watches the race. But no, really, the whole Next Gen crew had a great race tonight. Martin had some unfortunate luck and still came back and almost won his race. Schwartz had a good race. I'm not sure if he won the rookie class tonight, but he'll get his division soon. And then Betts got his first win, which was pretty awesome. I know that was big for him, and I think he ended up 6th tonight, which is huge.
Awesome.
That's his best result
Yeah,
I think
it's
ever in
amazing.
here, with especially with the 6 hour coming up this weekend. So good luck to everybody racing that. And great race from Nate. Got on the podium. He's back. So all the boys are happy tonight. So it's a good night.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you, Ricky, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Motegi.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll be there.
All right. Good luck.
See you guys.
All right. We ready for our winner tonight,
Yeah,
Mason
let's
Smith?
Get Mason Smith in here.
Mason, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
I'm doing all right.
Hey, congratulations on the win tonight here at Indianapolis. Wow, what a performance. You want to just talk us through your race?
Sure. That was first off, that was the first time ever driving a Mustang in a race.
Oh wow,
like-
we thought it was a little uncharacteristic seeing you in a Mustang. We thought maybe the car dealership swindled you or something.
No, it's like I just thought like today. I was like like maybe give it a test, see how it is, and that thing's stable. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
it's stable. It tanks. Of course, it tanks the small curbs, like the was it? I can't remember turn names, but it's one particular turn. It's a quick left and right before the straight or the back straight.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I'll get
Yeah.
that. I'll get that up for you right here real quick if I can. My interface will work correctly, and it is not. What the heck is going on? Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I believe you're talking about.
Mhm.
If it'll load.
Yeah, the Mustang.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having a hard time loading the track data here. My computer's being retarded. But yeah, if you want to just talk about the rest of the race.
Yeah, of course I had a spin, and then what was really surprising was Ricky losing it. I'm like, and then he lost
Yeah.
again. I'm like, uh, okay, and it's just, it just came to a matter of who's going to spin
Yep.
because I think we both took like 3 tires, so cold tires. They're sketchy, obviously, and with us having like uncharacteristic spins, like yeah, it was not the prettiest race. I'll give it that, but like we just made through the pack, and I was just seeing, I was looking from behind because Ricky was just running me down, and I needed to get by Nathan and Nick, in which they were, I'm guessing they were like on older tires because they didn't take any, so I was able to get by easily. Uh, thank goodness. But yeah, it was a good race though. Good hard fought race.
Yeah, in the very start, I think Ricky had like a 4-second lead on you or something like that. Did you think you were gonna catch up to him at that point?
Well, it wasn't 4 seconds. It was barely a second.
Oh, okay. Or
So
yeah,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
Yeah,
yeah, I
at one
was
point it
trying.
was a little bit of a gap, but once he came out that second time, he made us some time on you in the pits when you're battling with Nick. So yeah, it got pretty close, but you guys were separated out for a little bit there after Ricky spun. He actually spun it a few times, of course,
Yeah.
the first time around, and then passed him again, and then yeah, he just got a little bit in the grass. So very interesting race from both of you guys, but it was
Yeah.
fun to see you guys
Did
climb
you
back up.
expect Ricky to catch back up to you there at the end?
Um, Considering how fast the Porsche is, yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because
Wow.
I did not think you would have that speed, but it's like every time
Yeah.
I try, like no matter how hard I try and push it, it's like I don't want to spin in the Mustang because the Mustang can like once you lose it, you just lose it like that. So I just
Yeah,
try. Yeah.
we had I believe Nick was in front, and it was Nathan behind him. Yeah, Nick was in front, Nathan was behind him, and then you were, I believe, right behind Nathan. Ricky had to get around Evan Dyes to catch up to you, which he did eventually. And then all four of you just went at it. Was how intense was that for? Were you looking in your rearview mirror at that point, or just kind of focusing ahead?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
what an intense moment right there. Were you feeling any pressure or pretty calm?
Uh, just pretty calm. Just
Okay.
pick my spots. Pick my spots. Just you know, he was like I was just keeping an eye on a relative to see how close he is. If he's like 2 tenths or less, then I would have to like, make a defensive move because you can't really like take a dive bomb because
Yeah,
it would cost them or it would cost somebody to race.
right. Yeah. All right. You got anything else for him, Jack?
Yeah, that's about it. We appreciate you giving us something exciting to talk about toward
Yeah.
the end there. With that four-way battle, that was really exciting. But yeah, no, you guys showed off another great race and keeping it clean. So congratulations to you guys. And yeah, you got that gap down to 2 points to Ricky Renner in the championship. So it's really going to be a winner takes all for your final race of the season.
I'll look forward to that.
Yep, absolutely. And hopefully you guys have a clean race, but still exciting. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to talk to you guys at the end here. We might even still pull you up for the championship and just kind of pick you guys' brain on that.
Yep. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thanks, Mason?
To y'all on the broadcast and to the family that watches, and of course I myself I can't wait because for next week, you know what's gonna happen. The Aston Martin,
Motegi. Yeah.
Motegi, and the Aston Martin.
Are you going to race the Aston Martin?
I for sure 100% want to race that car.
Oh, okay. What about Ricky? Do you think he's going to race it?
Not likely, but hey.
Likely. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll be looking forward to watching you racing that thing. I think both me and Jack are a huge fan of that car, so
yeah,
we know you're going to be looking good out there in that thing.
For sure.
All right. Well, yeah, congratulations on tonight, and we'll see if you can carry that success into the finale.
For sure.
All right. Thanks, Mason.
Thank you.
All right. That was Mason Smith, your winner tonight in Indianapolis. Wow, Jack. What an intense race.
Yeah, no, that was
Again.
That was something crazy. I was kind of expecting the way it went, very minimal crashes. Very proud of those guys for keeping it pretty clean in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they set it up really good for the final race of the season, and the points are looking good. Cars are looking competitive, so I'm giddy for the final race. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. I second that.
Yep, absolutely.
So we want to thank you guys for joining in, participating in the chat, watching the broadcast. I want to thank ChaseDecals.com for sponsoring here at CRN, and hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. And yeah, Jack, you got anything else?
You pretty much covered it there, Alan. Appreciate everyone coming out, all the racers, all the fans, and we'll see everyone in the next one. So have a good night.
Don't miss it.